Earlier today, we spoke with Canadian Olympian Corey Neifer. He is from Saskatchewan originally. He competed in the men's 10-meter air rifle event. Said he didn't do as well as he'd hoped, but good news, he's got another event coming up in just a couple of days.
For a closer look at the sport of shooting, we are joined by former Olympian Patrick Vamplew. Patrick is a two-time Olympic competitor in shooting and is a member of the Canadian national shooting team. So, Patrick, you attended the Olympic twice. Talk to us about the kind of pressure that Corey must be under, both today and as the days leading up as he shoots again.
Well, Corey is entering in his first Olympics, and to begin with, that's very stressful in itself. He did not have to go through Olympic trials because he is the best in his event in Canada, so he's lucky he didn't have to go through that. The Olympics themselves is a secondary stress, and today was very stressful for Corey.
Shooting is not necessarily an event that is very popular in this country. It is popular in many other countries around the world, as you know well. We've got two competitors this time around. First of all, why is that the case in Canada? Is it just sort of a circumstance of the country's history? What's behind that?
In 1984, the game changed. We had two competitors from all the shooting events in the Olympics. The IOC and the ISSF changed the sport where you must qualify at a World Cup or a Continental Championship. By doing that, you must win the World Cup or the Continental Championship in order to qualify for the Olympics. We were well looked after financially in the 80s. I participated in two Olympics, and I trained full-time. That was my job, and I did very well at it. I won Commonwealth Games medals, Pan American medals, and all the people that competed in the 80s, including Linda Tom, who won the gold medal in 1984, she trained full-time. Now, we are not funded. You must do it on your own hook. You must pay to go to World Cups on your own. So, if you can't win a World Cup, you're not going to the Olympics. Corey came second in a Continental Championship, thus qualifying for the Olympic Games. So that's why we've only got two competitors in this Olympic Games.
You mentioned training. I'm curious what exactly is involved in training. Is it just shooting over and over and over again? And excuse the ignorance, because some people will look at this and go, you know, you can see an athlete in certain sports and you can understand that they have to run every day and lift weights every day. What is it that shooters have to do specifically to train for this?
Like any other sport, swimmers go up and down the pool twice a day, 6 hours a day. Shooters shoot bullets, pellets, shotgun shells, 5-6 hours a day. It takes 2 to 3 hours per event per day to qualify even to get to the Olympic Games.
Okay. I also know that often it seems like there aren't necessarily younger athletes in this particular event. Why is that?
It takes time to qualify for an Olympic Games, and thus the ones who are younger, it takes a lot longer to get up to an Olympic level in shooting. So in the 80s, in the 90s, the winners of medals were in their early 20s. Now they are much older. They are in their late 20s, early 30s. And you can have competitors as young as 18, and they can go up to the age of 60, maybe even their mid-60s can qualify for the Olympic Games.
I'm looking at some of your stats here from the summer of '84 and then again the summer of '88, Los Angeles and Seoul. And I got to ask you, you know, when you look at this sport, and Amanda and I were talking to Corey about this earlier, the amount of mental focus and concentration that's got to be involved in this, regardless of where you are in the standings. I mean, that is really, it's almost a mental game too.
It's almost fully mental when you get to the Olympic Games. And I can give you an example. Last year, Corey and I were in Belgrade, and Corey had just traveled the day before. He was almost leading with about 10 shots to go in his event, and he was so tired that he actually fell asleep while standing holding the rifle. The rifle went off. It was just a pellet, and it hit the 2 ring. And his score was 588 out of 600, and on that one shot he dropped 8 points.
You talked about the cardiovascular as well, just the beating of the heart and your breathing.
All our heart rates are below 50.
Just quickly, I want to ask you about Kim Rhodes. She's the American who won gold yesterday. I was watching her on Sunday. What is so special about what she's done?
Kim has changed the shooting events 3 times. She's gone from trap to double trap and now to skeet. And it took her 1 year just to go from one event to another. So now in 5 Olympic Games, she's won 5 Olympic medals. stunning.
Patrick Vamplew, an Olympian himself, thank you very much for making time for us today, Patrick. Appreciate it.
We're going to take a quick break. Lots more to come on Express. Stay with us.